Patrice Isaac, and I'm calling on all aspiring instructional designers, especially the teachers out there. Are you stuck in your current job and you've thought about instructional design but really not sure on how to get started? Then this ebook I created is definitely for you. Raise your hand if you're a teacher or professor looking to get outside the classroom and have a different career. Or raise your hand if you're looking for a more competitive salary and more work from home options. Then this ebook is definitely for you. In this ebook, you will be guided on how I left teaching and entered into instructional design. Right now, instructional design is a really high demand career. By the end of this book, you will learn the 7 simple steps that I took to become an instructional designer, better known as an ID. Are you ready to get started in a new career today? Purchase your copy of Teacher to ID below. Let's get started.
Passive income streams to real estate. I have a podcast and a blog and Instagram, Facebook. I'm on different platforms. This is my third FinCon. So the first one I went to was in 2018. I hadn't heard of it before, but I had a friend who is a financial speaker, going to different financial, talking about finance for young Latinos. That was her focus. So I'm going to go to this thing, FinCon. It's for influencers in the financial space. Do you want to come? I was like, sure. And I didn't know what to expect, but I come. There are thousands of people, all these brands, and I just started connecting with people. I got a bunch of different podcast opportunities. I found people to be on my podcast, like Ericka here on my podcast, and it really helped blow up my business. Just one of the podcast interviews that I did, I guested on, made me multiple millions of dollars.
Nice.
Just one 90-minute podcast interview.
Nice. Awesome.
And so I keep coming back to the relationships with those incredible people that I meet here.
And I mean, it's like we just happen to run into each other on the show floor, and we're like, it magic like that just happens here.
Yes.
And you can't replicate it virtually, in my opinion. Like, you have to come in person, and so I'm glad to see more people, especially us. I'm so glad to see us here because representation matters. Right. So let's go to Ericka.
Yep.
So Ericka, you have the Classy Climb YouTube channel. So why did you, first of all, what is Classy Climb? And then why did you decide to come to FinCon this year?
Well, I'm the virtual host of FidCon this year. It's my third FidCon. I think it's very important. Just a lot of the people who are in this space, talking about money, thinking about money. How does money affect their lives, right? And people always say, oh, it's not about money, don't worry about money. But I'm like, but it is.
It is.
You get up, you put your clothes on, you go to work, you drive along traffic because it's about money. And so I like how we dissect money here and talk about it in ways that takes the emotion out of it, but gives us some kind of path. So that's really the biggest part about Vidcon I like is people come here and it's like, oh yeah, I can address a topic in the way that people like. And so that's what I do on YouTube and Classic Crime. I just talk about topics in the way I feel comfortable, and it connects to people.
Exactly, and that's the beauty. Like, there's hundreds of people here, right? There's hundreds here, and then there's hundreds virtually.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of us out here, but we all have our different skins, and we all have our different niches and audiences and things like that. So there can never be enough, because there's trillions of people in the world, and everybody needs help with something.
You meet so many debt-free stories. You meet people who have kids and they got debt-free, people who are single and got debt-free, people living in a van and got different. Like, there's a million different things, and I really enjoy the mixture.
Absolutely. So what's one thing that you all learned so far at FinCon? And we can go to Monick first.
Just this one. So I come here in addition to the relationships to just learn how to do what I do better. My mission is to help 1 million women create financial freedom through real estate investing. And so it's like, however I can connect with more people, what can I do? And there's a keynote earlier today that I caught with Jaspreet Singh of Minority Mindset, and he was just sharing about the importance of the content, how do you monetize and how do you scale. And one of the little nuggets I got from him was be weird, be completely yourself, and actually the more weird the better. Even if you're gonna you'll have people that don't like it. That's actually great.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that people are seeing it and it's getting out there. So that's one of my main takeaways. Like, I want to be weirder.
I want to be more authentic and come as myself.
Yeah.
Because one thing I took from that also was that he said, don't listen to everybody.
Yes.
Don't listen to anybody, actually. Take what you can and leave what you can't keep. And, I thought that was golden. And I actually nudged my husband because he was trying to tell me something to do with Money Talk with Tim. And I was like, see, don't listen to nobody. No. So, Ericka.
Listen to Ericka because she knows what she's doing.
So, what's one thing that you've taken away from Vidcon so far?
Man, the opportunity to kind of like launch back out after 2020, right? 2020 kind of shook people like, okay, what is important? What's something I need to focus on? How can I really promote this thing I'm talking about? So I think a little bit of focus this year is like create, profit, promote. And I think that's really good because we have people here with really great brains and they have this really great ideal and then they're thinking about it, but they don't do it. It's like, do it.
Right.
Like, do it. So I'm glad he opened it up, the kickoff. And even the speakers that came on right before, the married couple, they put their spin on it, right? They're boys to men versus whatever, right? And so people have a flavor to money, right? And so I think that's what we're getting. It's kind of the flavor to money, right? There's a lot of different flavor in the room. So I like that.
Yes, and just for the audience that's at home, the couple that she was referring to is Rich and Regular.
Yes.
So definitely check them out as well. They're a power couple. They dropped some major bombs when we were sitting in there. So there's so much learning opportunities, and not only just from the big talks, but just meeting people like this. I've learned just as much, if not more, just having these lobby meetings and just meeting people in person. So thank you all for coming on the show today. I know it was last minute, but the audience at home, this is how it happens, right? This is how it happens. So if you all can really quick just go over where they can find you, and how they can get in contact with you.
Sure, I'll go first. I'm at reigoddesses.com and then at reigoddesses on the socials.
Nice, awesome. And just to recap, Monick does real estate investing for goddesses, ladies. So definitely check her out if that is something that you are remotely interested in. Honestly, I have a rental property. I love it. I want to get more. So I will definitely be in contact with Monick so we can kind of get that thing going. And then Ericka, how can people find you?
Well, I am the third Ericka Williams on YouTube, but it's always Ericka Williams, Classy Climb, easy to find me. There and Instagram are the only two places I really focus on, just because I think it's easier to market, easier to talk to people. You can always find me on YouTube. I'm all there cutting up, being myself. But my goal is always just to like reach people where they are, right? People come onto the journey at different points, and I love her 1 million women because a lot of times we have a lot of women who, they may be widows, they may be older in life, and I meet women all the time who are like, I'm 40 and I waited because I was going to get married to buy a house, and I'm like, girl, buy some houses now.
Okay.
Not too late.
Not too late.
Not too late.
Enjoy your time now.
Okay. And I will tell you all, I love Ericka. I just met her, literally 5 minutes before we hopped on the mic, and I love her. Her personality is awesome. So I am going to go subscribe to her channel. I highly recommend you do as well because her personality is infectious. But thank you all, ladies, so much for coming on the show today. I'm glad that you agreed to my madness.
Creativity.
Right. Because it was so last minute, but I appreciate this. And like I said, thank you again to NEFE.com, which is the National Endowment for Financial Education, for sponsoring this live podcasting, because that's what made this all possible. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. Bye.